So understanding your specific customer journey is very important. Google Analytics is also adapting to the data predictions because it is solely based on data. So it collects your data and make predictions like how you can optimize the user experience of your website or app. So Google Analytics does three things, right, on your website. First is data collection, second is storing your data, and third is data visualization. Everything starts with your website, not from any dashboard. Okay, so now let's begin with the introduction to Google Analytics 4. So let's understand by a simple definition, right? So as you can see, Google Analytics 4 is the next generation of analytics which collects event-based data from both websites and apps, right? So what does it mean by event-based? Event-based, like any action that a user is taking on your website or even on your app, right? So what Google Analytics does, Google Analytics collect that data, like how user is coming and what is the customer journey the user is going through, right? So it tells its records everything, every data, like every minor data that your user is doing on your website, right? So it is a new kind of property designed for the future of measurement that collects both website and app data to better understand the customer journey, right? So understanding your specific customer journey is very important as it helps us to understand where the scope of improvement is and how you can solve them easily, right? Now if we see here, Google Analytics is used because it provides a more comprehensive and privacy focused way to track your user behavior, right? And it does it across multiple platforms. So by multiple platforms, I mean that you can also connect and link your Google Analytics to your website or apps or the third-party apps that are introduced by Google. You can also link Google Analytics through them, right? So it offers better insights into customer journeys by collecting event-based data. It utilizes machine learning for predictions, right? So as we know, in today's era, AI is very important, right? And Google Analytics is also adapting to the data predictions because it is solely based on data. So it collects your data and make predictions like how you can optimize the user experience of your website or app, right? So it provides robust privacy controls compared to older version like Universal Analytics. So before Google Analytics 4, the older version was Universal Analytics. So it has like upgraded by time, and for like it also helps you to understand and optimize user engagement on websites and apps in today's privacy conscious landscape, right? So if we move next, so what activities we can track using Google Analytics 4? So the basic information that you can collect is page views, clicks on links, right? Scroll depth, right? The person, if he is in a particular session, so how much time is a user taking to scroll through and how much he is reading, like what is the time duration of every element on your website, right? The time spent on page. Then comes user engagement, right? User engagement, in this you can see like how many file downloads have been done, right? You can also see social media shares, form submissions, video plays, right? So here, as you can see, you can also track your app data, right? So what are the specific actions that are going on your app, right? So first thing, you can also get to know about the app installs. Then you can also see in-app purchases, like how many purchases have been gone throughout a month or week. Then app launches or screen views. So then comes user life cycle, right? So if a user is coming to your website, what is the life cycle, right? So how much time he has given, right? And what was the customer like user life cycle, right? How much he's contributed on your website, how much time he has contributed, how many purchases he have done. So every data you can record from using Google Analytics, right? And you can also see logins, user registrations. Then for e-commerce tracking, you can go for product views, add to cart, checkout, purchase completion data as well, right? Then you can also do custom events, right? Any specific user interaction, right? If you want to collect any specific user interaction, you can directly tell Google Analytics that if you want particular action, like if you want particular data on particular action, so you can also give custom event option, right? So it helps you to track by defining a customer event with particular defined parameters, right? Now, as we understood what are the activities we can track using Google Analytics 4, let's jump right into learning how we can set up our Google Analytics 4, right? Now we'll understand practically how we can set up a GA4 account, then how we can attach our website for like tracking page view, time, and many other things, right? So we'll understand what is tracking ID, what is property, what is an account, and everything we're going to understand. So our first step would be to learn how we can connect our website to Google Analytics using Google Tag Manager. We'll be able to do everything with the help of Google Tag Manager. So we'll also test that our setup is right or not. Okay. So the story of Google Analytics doesn't start with its beautiful dashboard, but with your website, right? Whenever a visitor comes to your website, either from social media or Google organic search, the time he or she visits your website, a JavaScript code gets fired onto your website, right? And it tells Google Analytics that the visitor has just arrived on your website. So Google Analytics does three things, right, on your website. First is data collection, second is storing your data, and third is data visualization, means getting a report, right? Therefore, Google Analytics is not just a tool, rather it's a 3-in-1 tool that helps you to collect data from your website, storing that data and presenting you with beautiful reports. So everything starts with your website, not from any dashboard, right? I hope you understood. So the first step here is to link our website to Google Analytics. We have to give it access so that whenever there is a certain activity on your website, it will show you on your GA4 dashboard, not someone another's dashboard, right? So basically, for connecting your website to Google Analytics, you have to paste a particular code on your website pages, right? Now, if your website is custom coded, then you have to talk to your developer and then you can place this code on all your pages. Then if your website is based on WordPress or any CMS, in this case, you can use any one of the plugins from multiple free plugins out there to link to Google Analytics with your website, right? But we'll not use any of these methods because the cleanest, most easy and most efficient method is to go with Google Tag Manager. So in this comprehensive course of Google Analytics, we'll not go onto neither any dashboard or any website, but directly onto Google Tag Manager, right? So now we'll go onto Google Tag Manager to learn the basic setup for Google Analytics. So as you can see, we are here on Google Tag Manager. Now you can see we have a different account with a particular container name. So we'll also create an account with different types of containers, right? So we'll firstly create a Google Tag Manager account. I'll click on create account and it is asking for certain details. So firstly, I have to give an account name. Let's say we give it GA demo tutorial. Okay. Then we will select the country as India. So here I have selected the country as India. Now we have to give the particular container name, right? So I'll give it as a light property. Then we have to select which target platform we are going to choose, right? So we are targeting our website. So I'll select web for use on desktop and mobile web pages, right? As you can see, there are various other options. So after selecting the platform, it will automatically create a workspace. So as you can see, I will click on create and I will click on yes for the privacy policy. And after this, as you can see, our workspace has been created. Now as soon as we complete setting up our account, the first thing that we can see is the code from Google Tag Manager, right? So for connecting our website to Google Tag Manager, we have to paste this code in the head, and another code, this code in the body, right? So now you have to paste this head code on the head of every web page that your website consists of, and same with the body code on the body of every web page. Now this process is necessary for every page on a custom coded website, right? So if your website is custom coded, so what you can do, you provide this code to your developer, right? And like talk to him that I want this head code on the top of every page and also this body code on the body. But if you are having a website that is like created on WordPress, right, or if you are basically using any type of CMS, then you don't need this code, right? So now as we know, we are understanding the basic setup for connecting our Google Analytics to our website. What we'll do, we'll not go with the code process. We'll just copy this GTM ID, right? As you can see here, this is our GTM ID, and in most of the CMS we only want this ID, because in every CMS there is a free plugin of Google Tag Manager where you can simply put in the GTM ID for connecting, and all other code is like automatically generated and added onto pages, right? As I said, if you have a custom coded website, then what you will do, you will provide these two codes, right? If I'll click on this, I'll be having two codes, and we have to paste these two codes on the head of every page and on the body of every page, right? Now we will use this GTM ID for connecting our Google Tag Manager first to our website, right? Now some of you must be thinking that if we have to paste the code only, so why we are not directly pasting the code of Google Analytics, right? See, the reason is that whenever you want to track any action or customer journey on your website, then it is necessary to set up Google Tag Manager. So the code on Google Analytics cannot set up Google Tag Manager, but after setting up Google Tag Manager's code, you can set up Google Analytics, you can set up Pixel, even Google Ads. You can set up like using multiple different platforms that are given by Google using Google Tag Manager. So basically it saves a lot of time and effort by connecting every tool except Google Search Console. So now we'll move on to our website. Here is the WordPress, and we'll not install Google Sitekit plugin. We'll go to the plugin, right? And we'll select add new plugin. Now I'm showing you this demo on WordPress website, but as I said that if your website is basically based on Shopify or like ClickFunnels or any other tool, you can install the same plugin for free. So now I'll come on the plugin window. As you can see, we are on the plugin window, and the plugin that I'll be using will be GTM4WP, right? I'll write here GTM4WP, right? Then as you can see, this is our plugin, and as I promised, Google Sitekit, as I told you, will not use. Why? Because it is a slow plugin and that can drag down the performance of your website. There is no major lag, but then also if you want your website to perform at its fullest, then you should definitely go with this extension, as it has a lot of features and with very less footprints, right? So here I'll install this plugin. I'll click on install now, and after installing it, we'll activate it, right? Now as you can see, our plugin has been installed. I'll click on activate. So now as our plugin is installed and activated, I'll go and click on settings, right? Now here, as you can see, it is asking for Google Tag Manager ID. So what we'll do, we'll go here, we'll simply copy this ID and we'll paste it here, right? And now we'll click on save changes, right? So this is how you can connect your website to Google Tag Manager with the help of plugin that is named as GTM4WP, right? So now we'll make a new account on Google Analytics as well. So we'll go and write in Google Analytics. Okay, so now we'll make a new account on Google Analytics as well, so that you can understand how to do this process from scratch. So I'll go on admin, I'll click on admin, and then I'll create a new account, right? I'll select here, create, and I'll click on account. Then we are here on the account creation window, and as you can see, it is asking for an account name. So we'll give it GA Tuto. Right now, below this you can see there is basic account data sharing settings. So we'll not disturb this, and we'll click on next, right? Now it is asking for creating a property. We'll give our property a name like Elite Properties. We'll select the time zone as India. And the currency as rupee. Then I'll click on next, and we have to describe our business, like we have to tell in which industry we are. So I'll select here property, right? And I'll click on small and next. Now we are on the business objectives. Now I'll select all the objectives, but if I'll select on the last one, that is another business objective, I cannot select other 4 objectives like generating leads, driving sales conversion, and understanding that. So I'll just simply select all these 4 and I'll click on create. Now it is asking for some privacy policy. I'll click on check and I'll accept it. Now it is asking for the data collection. Sometimes an error can come, like you cannot select your platform from here, but now we can select it. So now for now we'll just skip and we'll continue to home, right? Now as we get redirected to our home page, you'll see a red bar, right? You can see a red bar, and because till now we haven't set up any stream, and by default GTM doesn't give us any default option, but anyway we'll click on this red button and a stream setup window will appear. Now we can see these options that we can see earlier. We have to choose a platform, right? So what we'll do, we'll click on web. Here we have to put our website link. So I have created a demo website. I'll just copy this website link and I'll paste it here, right? Then we have to give our stream a name. So I'll give it GA setup. Now I'll click on create and continue. Now as you can see, our data stream has been created. Now there is one option for a test installation. As you can see, it has been popped up. So we'll not use this in the code as I told you. We'll simply use our plugin on WordPress, right? So so now as you can see, there are our web stream details. First is our stream name, then our stream URL, and then the stream ID, and lastly measurement ID. So here there are various IDs, so don't get confused. We will be using this measurement ID on for connecting our Google Tag Manager with Google Analytics, right? And automatically and indirectly our Google Analytics will be connected to our website, right? So now as you can see here, the enhanced measurement option is already on, and when with the help of Google Tag Manager we use our website heavily or do an advanced setup, then as I said many times, we turn off all these options. As you can see here, it is measuring page view, scroll view, right? So what we do, we turn off all these options and we allow Google Tag Manager to do all this work. But right now this is for GA4 only, right? So we'll keep this option on, we'll keep this option on, right? And then we'll click on stream button. Now a stream has been created. Good, but this stream is only created on Google Analytics account, and this account is not connected to our website yet. So now what we'll do, we'll not paste any code anywhere, but with the help of Google Tag Manager we will be connecting our account so that it gets connected to our website, right? So now as we have already connected our Google Tag Manager with our website, as we have learned here, so now our website gets automatically connected to Google Analytics through Google Tag Manager. Now we'll go on Google Tag Manager. So here our account is already been created. As you can see, this is our account, and then we'll click on new tag button, right? Then as you can see, we have to give our tag a name. I'll give it GA setup, right? Then I'll click on tag configuration, and then I'll choose Google Analytics and then Google Tag, right? Now it is asking me for tag ID that we have created on our Google Analytics. So the tag ID that it is asking for is not other than the measurement ID that we have created on Google Analytics account. So we'll just simply copy this measurement ID and we'll paste it on the tag ID for Google Tag Manager. Now after this, after putting the tag ID, we have to create a trigger, right? So I'll click on trigger, and as you can see, it has already choose this trigger. I'll remove this. As you can see here, it is asking for a triggering. I'll go and choose triggering, and I'll select all pages, right? So what will Google Tag Manager do? So now if you are fresh, if you have a fresh Google Tag Manager account, it will look like this, and you don't have to worry if you are using it for the first time, right? Now here you have to click new button. Now as we selected the triggering, what will happen? On every page of our website that is connected with this account, a tag will fire every time when someone will be visiting our page on our website. Like, it can be any page that is on your website, right? So now as we click on save button, this measurement ID will get connected to every page of your website automatically. So yes, we are now done with setting up our Google Analytics with our website. Now let's test that if your website got connected with our Google Analytics or not. So how will we are going to do that? We'll test from Google Tag Managers only. Now as you can see, I have only set up this tag, but we haven't published it yet. Now as you can see, I have only set up this tag, but we haven't published it yet. So here you can see two buttons, like one is preview and another is submit. So now I will click on preview option to test that it is working or not, right? Then as we click on preview now as we click on preview for this, we have to install one plugin, right? That is named as Tag Assistant, right? So now what we'll do, we'll firstly take the copy the URL of our website, and then we'll paste it here, right? For this, I'll click on connect, and now it is connected to our website. see, this is our website, and if I'll go on to now, firstly we have to install this plugin, right? So I'll click on add to Chrome. I will click on add extension. Now it has been successfully been installed. Now I'll go onto my website. Then we'll click on retry. We'll click on connect, and now let's see, has it connected? Yes. So yes, as you can see, our website has been successfully connected. I'll click on continue, and here our tag details like tag name and another details we can see, right? So if I'll go on Google Analytics and see here, now as we know that our website has been properly connected with our Google Analytics, I'll click on the submit button, and then it will be asking for version name. So we'll give it GA tutorial, right? And then I'll click on publish. So now this is how you can connect your Google Analytics with your website with the help of Google Tag Manager, right? Now if we see here on the version page, you can see there is version ID, the status, the name, and when it was created, right? Now through this simple process you can connect your website with Google Analytics, and after this module we'll be learning how we can create new events and actions, and how we can analyze those events on the particular data that Google Analytics will be storing for us, right?